Kuzampa everybody, we are back with yet another Inspired Perspective series episode with a very inspiring personality. Basu, we'd love to get a little introduction from you.
I'm Basudip, my name basically, and I'm known by BD more popularly because I own a small enterprise in the name of BD Group, BD Commercial, BD Hotel. So I'm just trying to create a group, but it's coming up. Learning business is one sector, and I do some motivational talks also. The motivational talks are intended just for me. It's totally to motivate myself. It's not intended for motivating other people. Other people may listen and get motivated. That is the byproduct of my motivational talks. But I do motivational talks. The intention is just to keep my day strong or keep my week strong. I recommend people actually to listen to motivational talks, listen to a lot of motivational videos so that you have high level of energy actually to perform the day. Because you can just think, when you are happy or you are better, you can really perform well. You can just think. And if you are depressed and sad, same thing will look a very big thing. A small heap of sand may look like a mountain for you. If you are depressed. So if you have the motivation and energy, you can really jump over. So with that intent, I make YouTube videos. I do some research on motivations, all these things. It's just to keep myself active, energetic. That's the intention. So I think really today we can share on all these things so that if I can impact even one life, if someone gets a little bit of energy out of our talks, I think that will be really beneficial.
Like I was checking on you on social media, and then we found it very interesting. Some of the videos that you're sharing, it's quite motivational as well. So on that note, would you like to share a little bit of your entrepreneurial journey, how it started, and then what kept you going?
Initially, I was working in a private enterprise only, and I think for 2-3 years I worked in a private enterprise because I was not interested in doing any government job or anything, because I believed from the very beginning that jobs are for people who are who just want to excel in education sector or some other sectors. It's not challenging. Jobs are not very challenging because you are given a scope of work, so you perform within the limit of scope of work. Whereas if you are an entrepreneur, you don't have a scope of work. You have to design it for yourself, because the scope of work can vary from day to day, from time to time, scenario to scenario, and it will vary. And life will be challenging. What is very important is human brain. Human brain is such that if we don't give challenge, it's slowly dying. It slowly starts dying. If you just see people, if you just see some examples, I have noted also somewhere that when people say that now I am accomplished, I am relaxed, now I want to retire. When they really see that one, they start slowly, inciting their brain, that it's time to leave this world, That's what they do, That's what they do, They slowly incite their brain that we are now, it's time, I must abdicate this world. So if you don't keep the pressure on your brain to do something, you will not do, Best idea will not work, unless you work the idea. That's what Shiv Khera said, So if you just don't work the idea, you can accumulate thousands of ideas, but if you just don't work on any of them, you will not materialize anything. People will have a lot of ideas. And today, what happened is, whenever we want to do business, and whenever I talk with my friends around, they are always looking after new ideas. They ask me, do you have any new ideas to start a business? And I always tell them, that we don't need new ideas. We just need to innovate what is already there. And there is nothing new in this world also. From the language, we learn from our parents. The initial language we learn from our parents. This English language, our teachers might have taught us, friends might have taught us. We learn our other language, or whatever we learn from someone else. It's nothing new, you know. Why people are looking for new? That is a comedy actually, you know. Why people want new? You are always copying something, you know, from people. So you should not be worrying about copying. I think somewhere I have read, you know, Steve Jobs once said that the best ideas are stolen ideas, you know. Whenever you steal the idea, those are the best stolen ideas, you know. And there is no harm in stealing ideas, you know, because it doesn't have a copyright. So you should always do something that is already done, and you should, you know, that entrepreneurial mindset has to be there in the generation. Because today, people, if you just become an employee, your segment of scope of work will be very small. You cannot prosper in life. And whenever young guys endeavor into a business, they can really do a great thing, you know, because we started very late, and we started without skill actually. So if people can today learn about business and do a good business, that will be really helpful for the country, for the person who is doing, and overall for the economy. You know, that's what it is. So that's why I joined this business sector, and I'm really happy that I did it. You know? I'm really happy that the dots, when I connect backward, I feel that the push to the business was a really good thing, you know, that could happen to me.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Hearing you, what I feel like you have this positive outlook, you know, positive perspective of challenges, but some people may not have that. Like they may want to do something, some challenges come, some obstacles come, and then they just give up. And like you mentioned, you know, people who are about to retire, and then once they get retired, they feel like their life is over or something like that. So to those people, if you have to give any advice or some kind of tips and tricks or strategies, if you like to give, what would you give?
It's the same thing I want to tell, because don't be relaxed in life, you know. Relax, you know. It's like telling that idle mind is devil's workshop. You know, if you just remain idle without doing anything in life, you are wasting your life, you know. You're wasting your life. People think that you know, there's nothing to achieve in life. When you die, you don't take anything. These are very common things to satisfy satisfy a person or someone, you know. We just talk like that, but it's not like that, you know. Money is one important thing, you know. Money is very important in life, as important as air, you know. Once you don't have money, you'll realize the importance of money so much. When you have, okay, you're relaxed, fine. Money has no happiness value. That you should not equate with happiness. Money should never be equated with happiness. Money has a utility value, but if you don't have money, you know, then you'll really understand the importance of not having, you know, what is the very essence of money. So you should not be talking like that also, that when you are dead, you're not taking any money. No, whenever you earn money, the qualities that you develop to earn money, actually that is the total strength. The knowledge you acquire to earn money, those are important things, not the money itself. Money is a byproduct, you know, but the qualities you gain, the knowledge you gain, you know, in the process of making money, in the intent of making money, those are really important. Those should not die in you till you take the last breath. That should be there, that I will, because you are not taking, no one has taken anything. That is universal truth. And that is not material also, you know, whether you are taking or not. But what you are learning, whether you have the longingness to do better, you know, because life has to be expanding, life has to be expanding, life has to be better, so that is the gross strength of living. So if you lose that at any point in time, then that point only your death start, you know, you're tickling down. Because the moment you realize that those are not important, you don't have to grow, you don't want to expand, you don't want to do something great, when that tickles in you, then slowly the death starts creeping you. Because we have to live like immortals. Yes, we know that we are mortals, but we have to live like immortals. We have to do something. That energy has to be there to the last breath. You know? Even if I'm going, because sadness can happen any moment. You must keep yourself motivated, energetic every moment. Because inclination is always there towards the sadness. It's natural, we are inclined. Yeah, we're always inclined. So what we are inclined, we need not push that side. Rather, we have to oppose that and bring ourselves to that direction to do something to keep our self energetic. That's what I want to advise people also, that listen to motivational talks, do something in life. Keep yourself engaged. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Because like KFC, the founder of KFC, he started at the age of 65 and he created an empire, right? It's no time is a right time, Any time you can make a right time and you can begin from there. That's what. So it's a process, You should enjoy the process, not the result. No, you need not become world richest man. You need not become somewhere you need not become a spiritualist also. But learn about spiritualism. There's nothing harm, Learn about it. Learn about business.
Right.
You will always have an added advantage. It's nothing that will negate you, but it will at least motivate you to live through happily. You will go home with a smiling face. You will not have problems in your home. You will not have problems with your kid. The acceptance has to develop. So that's what I want to advise my younger friend as well as the older friends, as well as my colleagues who are around him. That's what they should know.
Pretty fascinating. So, as we were talking, I mentally jotted down three like aha moments that I had when you said that old people when they retire and then they are like in this mindset of like retirement, and then that kind of mindset sort of pushes them to really go towards the end, meet the end. So I never thought about like that. So this was like an aha moment for me. And then what you talked about, that expanding, always keep going, expanding, always trying to do something new and all of that. And also you mentioned that it's not necessary to reinvent the wheel. You can, you can always create something out of what's already there. So these were like very interesting things you said, sir. Another thing I'd like to also add up on this is money. Treat it as a byproduct. To earn that money, the skills that you acquire through life. I wanted to highlight that for our viewers.
Because people think that we are working for money actually. Money is not an important thing. Money is always a byproduct. The skills, the knowledge, the energy, the effort that you really put in making money, the gain is very high on that front rather than the amount you're getting out of it. The skills you get. Suppose when I was constructing this building, I learned a lot about construction. I'm not an engineering graduate, or I'm a general graduate. But I know a lot of engineering things just now because I did put the effort in learning. Today, if I just look at an architectural drawing, I can really understand some of the things. Majority of the things, what are they? Because before that, it was just a line. I had no idea what was there. So in doing something, you really learn something. The product, what is made, may be materially good or worth it or not. But what you learn is really wonderful thing, So the quest for learning has to be there. If that dies in you, then you will not do anything in life. The quest has to, you have to maintain the quest. The fire has to be there. Then only you can really do something in life, Otherwise, eating, sleeping, everybody is doing, So what is the hell? There's not any great thing happening. Everybody is doing that. So what is different in me is I have the energy, I have the zeal to do something different. So that energy has to be there within you, so that it keeps you moving. Really with energy. Otherwise, you will go Monday. Then the sadness will be, it's Monday. You will really enjoy the Friday evening. Now weekends is coming. So the life will be a cycle of that. So you should enjoy everything. That's what people, because people don't take all these things very important. And people think that motivation is not required. We don't have to listen to all this motivational thing. We don't have to read motivational books. But I strongly recommend that if you are energized only, you can do something. You have to be charged from inside. That yes. Otherwise, you will slowly go by the definition that nothing is important. That everyone knows, nothing is important. Nothing is important. Yes, if you just go by true definition in life, nothing is important. That is true. But when you creep into that nothing is important, then you are inviting that not even life is important, But whereas we have to prioritize that life is important. Life is important and living is important. So that goal has to be there in the mind. So with that goal, we can really move.
Interesting, sir. You mentioned about Friday, This Friday trap, I think capitalism created that Friday trap, Like 9 to 5 job, go there every day, Friday is your chutti or whatever, and then, you go out partying or whatever, try and relax. So I think the whole industrial setup, capitalistic setup has created this Friday trap, and then it kind of puts us in a box.
Yes.
So they were, I feel like entrepreneurs, they have no Sundays, no Fridays. It does not make any difference to them. That's why also I really like to connect with the entrepreneurs and learn about their mindset. And talking about mindset, you were talking something about energy. How do you keep your energy at that level every day? What do you do to keep that energy like at peak every day?
That's why I wake up early in the morning. Early in the morning, I wake up at 5 o'clock. Now it's been more than, I think, 4 or 5 years, and now the biological clock is set. Okay. I don't need an alarm. By 5 o'clock, I just have to get out of it. Then I meditate for around half an hour. Meditation is one important thing. People think that they have to keep, means a lot of people will teach a lot of things about meditation. But what I know about meditation is very simple. I just want to concentrate myself on my breath. That's why I breathe and I keep, my mind goes out. It's natural for mind to go out, okay? Mind, as you wake up, you cannot expect, that mind to stay here. So mind goes off. I bring them back to my breath. It again goes off. Again I bring back to my breath. That's what I do, That's all about the meditation I do. So from 5 to 5:30, I do meditation. And from 5:30 to 6:30, I listen to a lot of motivational talks, irrespective. I don't have a prioritized talker or someone whom I follow, because I believe that if I just listen to one person, I learn his narratives only, his ideologies only. So I mix up a lot of things. I search around, I Google it out, and then I go to YouTube, look at their videos, So I listen to different perspectives, so that my perspective should not be, enclosed in a small thing, so that I have a broader perspective about all these things, motivations and all. So I listen to a lot of motivation talks till 6:30. Then from 6:30 to 7:30, I go for a walk. I do a kora of that Changang Khalakang, and I stay just beside that one. So sometimes 10 or 15 rounds. Because once you are living, we are eating, exercise, health becomes one very important thing. People forget to prioritize their health. Health is so important. It's not that athletes don't get heart attacks or something like that. Frequency is less, there. Frequency is less because people, when they do exercise, we can really maintain our health. So exercise is one inevitable thing. So that's what I do from 6. Then by 8:30 I wash up everything. By 9 I'm in the office till 5. Till 8, 9, we stay in the office only because it's a business. We can't close it. So that's my day. That's how it begins. And especially I want to talk on meditation. People think that meditation is not important. But whenever you concentrate on your mind, whenever you think that how your mind works, and you just sit down and you go after your mind, it's really interesting. you can really explore a lot of things, because mind, when I say, it's not just my mind, okay? It's mind means everybody's mind is like that actually. We just think that we are different, but in reality we are same. We are same, we have same lust, same frustration, same types of anxiety. So we are same actually. We just think that I am different. No, my narratives may be a little bit different somewhere due to some knowledge, but overall human beings have same thing, same thought process, same ideology, same, we are scared of same things, we like same things, that's how it is. So meditation is to follow your mind, you just go back of the mind go ahead, you follow, you bring it back to the breath. That's what I do, and people can do a lot of things, but it is just to be within yourself, that you are important, and you have something deep inside that you can really tickle and search around. So if that intention is there, that is very good actually. That can really energize.
I really love the, as you mentioned, meditation, because it's something that I've started doing recently. And I was also I always believed that meditation are for people who are very religious. And I do not really identify myself as that much of a religious person, so I never looked into it. But later on, as I started reading and delving into the topic of meditation, and so many business entrepreneurs, scientists, neurologists, they also do that. So I have also started doing that, and as you said, when you do the meditation and you're trying to keep focused, your mind wanders around and all that. So sometimes it becomes pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. You can't actually initially hold for 5 minutes also.
Yeah.
You feel like leaving it in, but now I can calmly sit down for half an hour, without anything, because it's over the period. That's what elasticity, neuroelasticity. That's what. Yes. Over the period of time, you can slowly build, and you can really stay calm. And this is very important for the young minds. Young people, they must do, because young mind is very agitated mind. It's very agitated, and to keep it in limit. Sometimes because what we do is we don't come into reality actually. Coming to reality is very important. Being in real world. Living in the reality is one important thing, and that meditation will, help you in living real. Otherwise, we just go into the imaginative world, time and again, and we will start suffering, because human being suffers these two faculties, imagination and memory. So we are either thinking about the future and we are suffering, or we are thinking about something about past and we are suffering. Nothing is there to suffer at the moment. Present is perfect actually. But we are suffering because we imagine something, or we, remember something. So to come into the reality, meditation is one important tool that everybody must develop in them. And it's not just one way that you can meditate. There are a lot of thousands of ways. There are a lot of ways people have found solace in keeping themselves in reality. Actually, the intent is to keep yourself in the reality. Not to go out, not to wander around in imagination. So that is the total intent of meditation. That's what I believe. Okay, that may be wrong also, but
I have started noticing some of the differences in my own mindset. I can keep calm a little bit now. For now, I can go just maximum 10 minutes. But the breath works you're talking about, the breathing techniques and all that, it does help me whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed. So that one. Another one is as you were talking about the narrative, because I have noticed generally, not just regarding motivational talk, but generally what happens is we follow someone on social media, and then the moment we follow someone or something, I think the algorithm works in such a way. It can be even regarding politics, right? Algorithm works in such a way your whole feed will be shown only one side of the story, right? And then we follow this one narrative.
Then we will get addicted to that one.
Yeah, we will get addicted to, and then also social media polarized people, because if I'm following someone and she's following another one, she will have this total biased narrative I'll have totally different.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll think I'm right because my feed, everything is like, oh my god, everybody's agreeing with me. So many people are talking about this thing, you know. I am right. How can she not? So I think it's very important for people to, you know, just look at the different views and then see the different sides of the story. Maybe follow people and come to this middle point where, like, you know, follow people from both the sides or a lot of people, and then just come to the middle path, and then come up with their own understanding of all the ideas they gathered. That's
when you say you are right, it's obvious that you are telling someone is wrong.
yeah.
So actually, there is one saying, no, nothing is good or bad, but it's the thinking that makes it so. You know, it's your thinking actually where we are inclined to. Because most of the time, you should know that whenever we make a decision, our mind is already predestined. You know that yes, I'll make this decision, because we don't analyze from other source. We have already we already have made up our mind at the back of the mind, but we just pretend that we're deciding actually. We don't look at a lot of things, you know, because when I recommend people, you know, to whenever you make a decision, the decision has to be the middle path, you know. You have to, whenever you're making an investment, say you are making an investment in something, you have to work the best case scenario, you know, that okay, if I invest in this thing, these ventures will go this way. You have to calculate the best case scenario, and you have to calculate the worst case scenario. You know? And if you are okay with both the cases, if you can really handle both the cases, then you invest in that venture. That's how you go. Just don't, because people just take one direction. You know, here what happens is people they do some business, whatever other people are doing good, they just invest in same ventures and they do in a small market. They don't think that the worst case scenario can be there. So you should, whenever you invest in something, even your energy, even your time or whatever you are investing, you should always make a calculation of these two things, you know, computation of best case scenario and the worst case scenario. And if you are acceptable, if you are perfect in both the means, you are not suffering the scenarios, you know. Even the best case, you're not too much excited, and the worst also, you're not so much suffering. That is the best thing you can do, and always make a calculation in life that things has to be, you know, in the middle. So middle path is not only a religious, it's a middle path is all about life also. You know, Bhagavad Gita once, if you just read through, there is one big thing that, you know, it says, Yatha drishti tatha srishti. This is one wonderful thing. How you make the vision. So you see the world, you know. What is your vision? What do you want to see? You will see that one. You know? Means your life is your creation. You know? What you create about your life, that is your life.
Yes.
Whatever you see, whatever you create, that is your life. So your the outlook, you know, whatever your outlook must be wonderful. You must be empathetic, you know. You must be humble. You must be following a middle path. All these things are qualities that we must build as a human being. We must build slowly. It's a process. Because why people do what people are doing is because it has worked for them and they are doing it. For some people, anger is just natural. They get angry here and there because they know that anger has worked for them. You know? That's why they are angry always. If they learn that anger is not working for them, they will really change. But they feel that anger has worked for them. So that's how they get angry time and again. So that may not be good. So you must change the perspective. You must come into the middle path. Today, you know, psychology and neurology at a basic level must be taught to small kids also.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Small kids must know how to handle all these emotions, you know, because emotions, we become too emotional, you know, time and again, and it's a spectrum. Sometimes when we say spectrum, when anger becomes, when you are anxious, it's good. But when it becomes anxiety, it's bad. So you don't know the demarcation where your anxious is becoming anxiety, where your sadness is becoming depression, or when your change in mood is becoming bipolar disorder or something like that. So there's no
spectrum.
Yeah, it's a spectrum, and if we don't know how to handle our emotions, the emotions become very big problem to human beings. It's the biggest problem, and for that reason, to handle these emotions, you need all these motivations. You need to listen to all these things. You need to keep up your energy, and that I learned through a very hard way. So if there was a teaching in a primary schools, that could teach us all these things, then I think we could have learned that a little bit in a simpler way. Who doesn't have heartbreaks? We fall in love, we break our heart, but we learn a little bit harder way to mend it. Actually, there's nothing to stay there. Heartbreaks, it's natural. We feel sad, it is natural. It's a human feeling, but that acceptance, how fast you can really come into terms of acceptance, that varies from person to person. So that's why some define myself that, I'm depressed, I'm feeling depression, or somebody's, I have anxiety, I have a bipolar disorder. People tell, but it's a self-diagnosis that is also very dangerous. And when you can really accept, that you have that, you should really go to therapies, you should really take a medication, because it's important, that medicines really do a great job. To a certain extent, medicine helps also. So taking medicine and getting cured is nothing wrong. But you should also do that CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Those things are there. You can learn about that. You can change your behaviors, and that will really help. So all these things are important actually over the period of time. So
I totally agree with when you said that these things, how to manage emotions, all these things we are not taught in school. And I think one of the reasons why I started this Hive Mind is because of that. Because we learned through books and podcasts and reading and researches and all that. Still learning. And then, but these things we learned because we were going through it, not just anxiety or all that, but generally we wanted to learn about human psychology and brain. So we learned through because of our interest, but we thought in Bhutan, we are not taught these things in school, and so many people may not even be aware of that these resources that they are out there, you can learn. So one of the objective of this Hive Mind is to just let people know where they can find such resources, and bring in Bhutanese people who has gone through all these things, and then they can talk about it so that the Bhutanese audience can read it. So thank you so much for saying that.
Sure. And also, we're doing these conversations, very casual, but informative. We want to make it that way, and we're having this conversation. So our whatever contents that we're putting up on our page. We hope it revolves around issues like these, and people relate to it, not in a very alarming sense of alarming perspective or that. Just in a very casual, simple manner. I hope people relate to it and people start talking about these things, because these things are super important, and it can really help save lives in a sense. I mean, it can really change people's lives. If we know how to change their perspective.
That's
so
true.
we really hope our contents do that job, and we hope to create more such thing. And I wanted to also thank Sir for sharing that bit when you said whenever you decide something, look at the best case scenario and the worst case scenario, and if you're okay with both, you decide. So I'm kind of going to apply that in my life also, personal level, work, studies, everything.
You have to apply everywhere, because we have to always calculate, the best thing and the worst thing. If both the things are acceptable to you, then there is no problem, The problem arises when we try to defend something, when we try to say that I want the best thing, but I don't want the worst thing. When we try to discriminate that, then if you have the worst thing, then you're going to suffer, right? But if you are acceptable, okay, I tried for the best thing, but I'm prepared for the worst also. So if that is the strength, that is really good, that can really keep you going. So that is very important. Otherwise, we will frustrate ourselves, we will make ourselves victim of all these things. And there is no point, there is nothing in life that is so important, and there is nothing in life that is not important also. So that is also a middle thing, There is nothing in life that is so important.
True love. Yeah, I feel like the religion, the text, those things that are there in the religion textbooks. I feel like it has to be more of the philosophical information or inspiration that we need to draw, and not really jump into the bandwagon of religion and make it a big thing out of it. So just to learn how to live life, I think. Simplify.
Yes. Religion, actually, when we say religion, religion has a lot of complexities actually, and it's rather important to understand that religion should be uniting factor than telling that my religion is best. Whenever I say my religion is best, then there is a conflict. So that should not be there. Religion should be a source of inspiration. Religion should be a source of learning for people. And if that is the case, actually every religion says that good is good and bad is bad. So you must incline yourself to the good, and that's what religion says. That's common for everything. We just tend to see that this is different in you, this culturally is bad for you. Something are good here, something are bad here. That also depends from person to person, perspective, narratives to narratives, it differs. So there's nothing bad in religion actually. We have just made this religion as a tool to take out our frustrations. So that should not happen. Religion should be a uniting force. It should unite people. It is for the good cause. So the cause has to be made, but it should not be for a struggle or war or something like that. If the intent of the religion is to make people good, so it should really fulfill that purpose. And we should not discriminate on the basis of certain ideologies, because religion over the period of time is made by different individuals. The books are written by different persons, so it's their perspectives. It can differ from human beings to human beings. So we cannot say that this text says this one, this says. It says it's different. It's that particular perspective. But grossly, if you have to look, grossly if you look, everything is implied. If good is God and bad is devil, that's what it tries to tell. So that we should understand the overall picture. So that's religion. If you don't take religion, otherwise you will start telling that my religion is best. Then there is a problem. All religions are good. That should be the perspective.
A little bit of moderately, if it's done.
You have to have a liberal view.
Yeah, be it religion or even science, because at times even science, like my friend, she said, the alarming thing. Sometimes science tend to do that, like, okay, so and so disease is there, alarming people, fear mongering, depression, mental health, so many people. So yeah, I think it should be normalized.
Science is also one religion. Science is also one segment of religion, and atheist is also another religion. You should know that. Being atheist is also another religion. So you cannot say that I am an atheist and I don't believe in God. Not believing in God is also another religion. That you should know.
It can be said. Coming from my own experience, I think if you do not follow anything.
Yeah, we are keeping this, we're not telling that.
So after you are
agnostic, I'm agnostic. Okay, I'm mostly agnostic. But yeah, like anything that becomes extreme kind of becomes this religion. So even there are like a lot of atheists. So we can go radically like into
defending that there is no God. No, but you should not look from all that perspective. You should look from gross perspective. That whenever we say that, very simple, there is some natural force. If you cannot believe that, then it's very dangerous. There is some natural force without which this world would not have been so conducive for existence. You should believe that. You can't you see the magnanimity of the existence, It's so wonderfully made, so wonderfully created, Without some force, you can say God, you can say spirit, you can say consciousness, whatever. That definition I can't prove, you can't prove, no one has proved it, it's like that. But there is certain energy, that energy, without that energy, this world would not have been possible. It would not have been so conducive for existence.
Yeah, the explanation of Big Bang Theory, so like everything just started out of nowhere. It does not really make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Slowly I'm learning, like she said, for my atheist. Yeah, I'm too yeah, at one point I really didn't believe, but now through my own experience and a lot of perspective about myself and the life has changed, and then now I'm actually believing that there's some mysterious force out there somewhere.
You should not believe that also. You should always believe that I want to know something, about this existence. That lust has to be there. That if you have the lust that I want to learn something about the existence, I want to know something about the existence, I want to read something about the existence, if you have that lust, that itself is the belief of believe on the existence or believing in life or whatever. You have to, because truth, if you just read all the philosophies, still then there is no something solid to prove you that this is truth. The truth is very individual. It is very different to individual people. The truth, what I believe, is different. It's unique to me. It will be unique to you. So that uniqueness you should really build. You should really build. You should really you should really read, understand philosophies to look for this. Otherwise, you will totally lose the meaning of life. If you think I'm just another animal, then the total, the billion year of molding of human brain, maybe as an animal only, that really fails its purpose, to think that I'm an animal. I'm a human being. Yes, I haven't found the truth, but I am willing, I'm learning to find the truth. That is the goal of actually life. So you should learn many things. You should read a lot of religious texts indiscriminately, without the intent of, without putting in your mind that this is wrong, this is flawed, mine is right, or something like that. You should indiscriminately read whatever religious text you find. You should read it. Try to understand for yourself.
We're talking about reading Bhagavad Gita, decoding now.
Yes. It's I don't know, because just because I am a Hindu, I still feel that that becomes relevant everywhere. But that is my belief, own belief. But I know it's not relevant everywhere. But still, then I believe that the text written there is relevant everywhere. So that's how you should develop. You should read. Means you should always believe that I don't know. That perspective has to be there. If you think that this is right also, you will not learn. But learning has to be there, because we will never know the truth. And if we come to a point of compromise, when if we understand that this could be a truth, then I think that is really relaxing. But I haven't found yet. We must look.
I think it's
a journey.
And like you mentioned, it's a perspective and own belief and their own experience as well. Because there are some people, like they say, okay, just by visiting so and so temple, they healed, their disease healed. It worked for them because of their belief. And then it may not work for someone else, right?
Obviously.
But the someone else can't say like, okay, this is false, it does not work. He can't say it as well. So I think it has to do like placebo effect, like we talk about placebo effect. Maybe that too. And for me, like personally, I had this compulsive need of wanting to know how and why of everything, which is also a good thing. But when it came to religion, there were a lot of unanswered questions for me personally. So that time I was like, okay, maybe I do not want it. But now I'm slowly accepting that there's something out there, something mysterious, and sometimes it's best to keep it that way. Just something mysterious. So that's why I'm like agnostic. I do not know all the answers.
We will not get answers for everything, because answers are very complex thing also. Because lot of thing, today we do something with some intent, the result come other ways. You do something, you will not get exact result of what you intend. The result will be different because result is, the result of number of forces. There are number of criterions and there are a lot of invisible things also that influence your result. Somebody is really lucky, we call them lucky. Somebody is really opportunist, and they become successful not by just hard work or situation. There are a lot of natural forces also. I believe in luck. I believe that whenever you work hard, but there is some force that will really grant you what you wish for. And what I have in my hand, what I have in my hand is to give the best for a particular time. The result is surely granted from somewhere. I don't know who is granting, but there is some forces that really plays in life. You cannot just say that. No, it was what we say in place of luck. Anything.
I think
By way of life, or if you say something like that, then I think you are not doing justice to what has happened to your.
Not showing enough gratitude,
Yeah.
I think.
I think this conversation kind of brings us towards another thing that we kind of have become really fascinated with, the concept of manifesting.
Yeah.
And concept of believing
Yeah.
in things like so hard, but with a very gentle, gratitude full of heart and being in the moment and letting it all in. So if we are in that kind of mentality, I think things happen for you.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the force that
Law of
we're talking
attraction,
about, could be an amalgamation of all
Law
of
of
these ideas.
attraction, law of assumption as well. Also, like now, I think even science is slowly accepting that the manifestation does work,
Yes,
that
yes.
visualization and all that. They may not say it like it magically appears to you whatever you wish for, but there is some acceptance, especially towards visualization and. Yeah, I think
It
it's
works,
something that's fascinating, and then we talk about manifestation a lot these days. I think also it has a lot to do with our subconscious mind because it's been programmed since childhood.
Yes,
And
yes,
like there's very simple, basic example that I can relate to coming from a middle class Southern Bhutanese family. It's like we talk about money, and then mom, daddy, they stand in paisa aramle aundaina, you have to really work hard to some person, can't miskinsa and all that. So the intention might be good to say this too, but subconsciously at times we grow up believing that it's really hard to earn, it's really hard and all that, and that becomes a limitation.
Nothing should be
do
hard.
more or accept more as well. So there's always a limitation. No, okay, I can't do this. Like I don't have enough money and all that. So sometimes
Money-
This is fear
when-
created in you.
Whenever your thought is not liberal, if you cannot think liberally, money also, if you think it's hard,
Yes.
you are wiring your brain to make it harder. Money, if you say something is hard, okay, this I can't do, this is very hard, then you start wiring your brain, that this is hard and you can't achieve it. Money is something that you can earn easily. You can earn easily. You can really. What it desires is your time and effort. Why some people do certain things good, other people don't do that good. It all boils down to focus. Focus. Whenever you want to earn money, you have to be an opportunist. You have to look. You have to see what ventures is profiting for you, because at the end it's the difference, the gap between the selling price, purchase price, and the selling price that makes you a profit. So you must look for the profit. If the intent is not there, if the focus is not there in the profit, then you won't make a profit. Very simple. So it's all about focus, and money is not tough. And Bhutan has ample opportunities. People are going out of the country to do a lot of things. We have a very good, give very good opportunities here. If we can manufacture something, or if we can do something, we have a very big market outside our, just outside our boundaries. A big Indian market is there. If we can capitalize something, make certain things and really export into Indian market, that can really create a huge revenue. That is there. Tourism sector is another sector. We are covered by 3 billion people on both sides. 1.5 billion in India, 1.5 billion in China. We are engulfed in that. If we can capitalize on those human beings, tourism sectors. Tourism sector is one big sector Bhutan can really capitalize. We can promote a lot of things. Our environment is pristine. All these things people can work here and market and really do good rather than going to some other country and doing other jobs. If they were doing some intellectual jobs and coming back to the country and contributing something to the country, that would happen better. But they are doing a menial jobs there, cleaning and all these things. That doesn't develop any skills in them. So that's just a little bit earning maybe better. But grossly, if you see for the economy, it's a loss to the economy. You are losing a good resource to some other country. So that should not be the intent of people also. People also should think that we have something here, opportunities, we can capitalize on that. And here I have seen people, don't explore the Indian market or market outside the country. Just tourism is doing that. Tourism is also inborn, and we are not able to capitalize wholly on tourism also because I don't know why because I think people are not learning a lot on tourism. Skills may not be developed, because here, why China is best place for production, in the world? Because Chinese government invests trillions of dollars in skills development.
Yeah.
Skill is one important thing. You need skilled people. If they want 100 technicians or 1,000 technicians, they can just get in within few. One advertisement, you will have lakhs of people, technicians coming. But whereas we don't have skilled people here. Suppose I want to construct a house, I have to go and hire an Indian laborer, Indian workers. Otherwise, we Bhutanese cannot make a house. We Bhutanese don't have all the skills required because skill is not prioritized here. So over the period of time, skill has to be prioritized. System has to be a little bit easier to build the business, and people should really know that business is one important thing for the country and for the family. Business is something that should be priority, not to work and be an employee. Employee anybody can become, but to become a businessman, you really need to have that skill. So that way, we can really promote our country, do something, contribute. Those are very important things.
Yes, let's stay hopeful that we will build onto our skills and thrive on capitalize on the values that we have and the nature that we have, and hopefully
and
things are
also
changing.
it's not just about the skills just because I do feel like I've seen a lot of people with a lot of skills and very talented, but I think it has a lot to do with rules and regulations. We are very regulated compared to other countries. Bhutan is pretty regulated in every, private firms are very heavily regulated, media. There's so many journalists who went outside because they couldn't get that freedom of something, it's pretty regulated. Even as content creators, even though right now we are doing as a hobby or something, the curiosity to learn. But if we want to make this a sustainable thing and then get revenue, I'm sure there would be a lot of do's and don'ts. So sometimes regulations, but hopefully things are changing.
If you destiny can change at the age of 79. At 80 you become different.
Not that.
So that's how the destiny will change. The last moment will tickle up the thing, things will change. drastically. So little things can make great difference. So what we have in our hand is to do best for this moment. This moment, I want to utilize it for the best purpose. If that is done, you will lead a contented life. That is important, right?
एउटा मान्छेले फेस गरेको प्रब्लम इट मे नट लुक मच बिगर टु अस बट फर द्याट पर्सन इट माइट बी रियली बिग ठुलो गरिरहेको लाइक फर इक्जाम्पल जस्ट अ जेनरल वेन वी हियर अबाउट अल दिस टिनेज प्रेग्नेन्सी एन्ड अल द्याट एन्ड सम वुमेन गर्ल्स कमिटिङ सुसाइड or whatever. But for me, like, maybe I will be like, it may not be bigger problem. I'll be like, no, yo zamana mata, it's not like, it's okay, whatever happened, you raise your child, your parents would be there, whatever, you know. But for some people, it may be like a really big thing for them to, like, such a big mistake commit kare, so whenever, like, they tend to, you know, go all depression. So I think it has a lot to do with from where we come from.
It's actually, you know, when we are so much inclined to the societal obligations, you know, society is already there in one direction, and some of the people, we cannot align everybody towards the societal norms, you know. So when people deviate from societal norms, then society starts, you know, barking at you, you know, they try to reduce you to something which you are not. So all these things are there. Actually, it's natural, you know, it's natural to fall in love, it's natural to have children or something like that, you know. It's a natural process. And society must also accept, not society will not accept, but parents, as a parent, you should not demonize them, you know. You should not say that this is bad, this is no. Whatever happens, if it happens, thereafter it's just the acceptance, you know. The process has to be acceptance, not to demonize. Here we try to demonize and correct. Demonizing will not correct anything. So it's this problem we usually parents have. Usually we people, you know, we the generation of us, you know, who come from the generation where technology was not there. We come from a reserve society where, you know, all these things were there, and there whatever society wants we used to do. But there are a lot of people, they don't follow the societal norms, you know. So we should not demonize them, because if we do that, then it's very incorrect, you know. We are trying to destroy someone's life, so it's not good. Actually, people will do a lot of things. It's because you cannot, you know, impose something you know on someone else, no? So that's the problem. People try to impose that what I know is correct, but it can be wrong also. So that acceptance has to be there. You should always know that what I know may be correct, may not be correct. What I am teaching may be correct, may not be correct. And what he is doing may be correct, may not be correct. That acceptance, that liberalism has to be there in the thought process, and that liberalism should be there in the society. That's why West is ahead, you know, because they have that liberalism, and we don't have, because we don't think so liberally. That's why we are backward, you know. We must think liberally. We should build the acceptance that human being can do anything at any extent, and it's for us to, you know, see what is the gravity of the crime and then demonize them. Rather than just to show myself good, I demonize someone, then that becomes very bad. So that's how it is.
Interesting, very interesting. I think we have touched all the bases, but maybe we'll circle back to asking you about your ventures lab.
Sure.
You're running a trade
trading
business,
business, a hotel
industry. So how did it come about? You know, how are you managing it? You know, sustainability aspect. Maybe we'll touch a little bit on that.
trading. I have been doing for last 20 years maybe.
Yes.
So I'm really well versed in how the trading happens, how to sustain. So that's really sustaining. This hospitality industry, we just started a year ago, and we are suffering. To be honest, we are suffering because I don't know, it's because of our lack of expertise, because I'm not from this sector. It may be due to the lack of expertise, or it is the gross scenario of the country, situation of the country. We have less number of tourists coming. and because of this attrition, the population is declining. Maybe that's the other cause. So hotel industry is really suffering, and over the period of time, I'm learning also. So I think by and by I can improve also. I don't know. So still hopeful that something will happen. It's 1 year I have been pumping from the trading sector. Whatever we earn in trading sector, I'm pumping in hotel industry. But really the hotel should grow by and by, because this Bhutan as a country can easily capitalize in hospitality, tourism industry, I feel. The tourism industry is the easiest sector if we just do some changes, if we develop something, then it should work. That's what I believe. But I don't know the modality of how it should go because I'm not an expert in this field. But I don't know how it will go. But I feel, we have a billion people sitting on both the sides, so we can really capitalize on tourism. And I also believe that one fine day I will grow as a good, I will become a very good businessman on this sector of business, tourism sector.
What have you learned? Like, if you have to sum up your lessons throughout your journey, entrepreneurial journey, your personal development, personal growth journey, in 2 lines, some key points that, if you want to share throughout your journey, 2 main things that you have learned.
That life is a process of learning, and I'm always learning. And tomorrow I might learn something radically different from what I know today. So that's why I believe in staying foolish, and staying, stay foolish. What's that? I forgot that sentence. To learn something, that you have to be, the inquisitiveness to learn has to be there, and life is all about learning. There is nothing to achieve. You should not give the importance to achieving. You should not that your motto of doing business should not be becoming a rich man. The motto of business should be learning something. Money will come as a byproduct if you just work on, if you just give in effort, if you just put in sincere effort, you at least will earn something. And today, people don't believe in power of compounding. Whenever you invest something, it will, over the period of time, it will compound and you will get something. That you will have to believe, and you must invest as young as by 20, 21, you must learn the nitty-gritties of investments. If you invest in shares, if you invest in business, if you any other sector, if you invest, you will really get some returns over the period of time. The focus has to be there. So that's why, and I always recommend people to learn business. Business is something that is really enterprising, that is really challenging, and it will really keep your life journey interesting. Rather than just working somewhere. If you are just beginning, you should always choose a good boss who can really teach you everything about the business. Rather than the salary, if you look at the learning point, you can really do great things in life. If you just look salary in the beginning, then you will become a victim of the little bit of drug that you are getting. So you should not be secluded to that trap. Rather than learning has to be the priority, especially in young age. So that's what I recommend people, that you join a company, join a small company. You become the big part of a small machine. It's good, Then to become a small part of a big machine. You should think that way. You have to be a big part of a small machine. So try to be that one, rather than a small part of a big machine. You go to a big corporate sector and they will just give you one job of signing the thing, and you will just learn that one. You will not learn anything, You will not learn anything in a big corporate entity. You will learn a small pan dokan. If you start a small pan shop, you will learn a lot of things, from where you get the inventories, how you sell, how you make the payment, everything you will learn. So you try to be a big part of a small machine, rather than a small part of a big machine. So that's what I recommend people.
On lighter note, because the content creativity in Bhutan is a very small market right now. So the Hive Mind will become a big part of the content.
Yeah.
Small nation.
Yes. Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, the beginning will be small over the period of time, small drops makes an ocean. That's what it is. You have to believe that, and you have to keep the focus. If you lose the focus, you don't know. Sometimes you are so near and you stop it. You don't realize that you were so near, because dots they connect backward only. You can't go front and connect the dot. You will think that this happened, so this happened. You can connect, if you go backward. You can't forward connect the dots. So always do something, Always do something. This Hive Mind will prosper. It's my wish. You will really do great, if you can really put in that effort. So keep on putting that effort. It's my best wishes for you.
Thank you so much. Lastly, I find you quite a reader yourself, and then if you would like to recommend some books or some, I don't know, motivational speakers or even entrepreneurs, anyone that you would recommend people to follow or read.
I wish people don't follow anybody. Don't follow anybody. Just have the quest to gain knowledge, to read some books. Very honestly, I have not read a book. I have not even read a single book in my life. I have never. I just go through YouTube summaries. Some of the book I feel that I should learn, but I don't have time, or I don't have that resilience to read the book. You need a lot of patience. So I just listen to summaries, and those summaries actually. But I write it down. I take a note. So that's very good actually. You need not read a book only, complete book, because you don't have time, and you can't sustain that interest. So a small summary will do the job. Read good books. There are a lot of good books, and don't make a definition that particular series is a good book. Read anything. Knowledge is there everywhere. So that's what I want to tell people, and I think we're ending, right?
Yeah.
So I just wish you a good success in all your endeavors you do, and I wish that this Hive Mind will really do a great job of motivating people, energizing people to do something in life, and especially youths of today, who are assets of the country. If they could understand the importance of motivation, importance of doing something, importance of being an entrepreneur, all these things, if they can understand and contribute to the country. We are living in a country which is very pristine, which is very peaceful, and we cannot expect. This is a heaven actually in this planet. So we must make best out of it. People should really understand that this is a heaven, and who creates that? It's us. We must contribute something to make this a better heaven, better place to live. And that's what we as a citizen of this country can do. So that's what I wish for everybody. Have a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
We'd
much.
love to sit with you again, talk more whenever you have time. So much to learn from you, and Hive Mind will try and bring in such personalities from different backgrounds in the hopes to get some insights and lessons from them. Thank you so much.
New knowledge never ends. Thank you so much for taking your time, sir. Thank you so much.
Let it grow.
That's how Hive Mind for you.